Working.
Are we sorted?
Hi guys. I think we're recording. Hopefully we're recording. If you're joining us now, that's great. If you're not joining us now and it's later, morning, night, afternoon, that's fine as well. So my name is Tara Whittle and here is Karina, lovely Karina over here. Hi Karina.
Hi everyone.
Hi. So tonight, or whatever time it is in your time zone, we're going to be talking to you a little bit about Do Terra, which is an amazing company that we've been really fortunate to find. And they do really, really amazing and therapeutic grade essential oils. Now, I don't know about you, Karina, but when I found out about essential oils, I didn't really have a clue. I just thought they smelled okay, and like, you know, you can put them in like a candle burner thing. You can maybe use them to make stuff, but sometimes people get sensitive to them, so that sort of puts you off. And like lavender is probably the one that I knew about the most because I used it a lot with people with dementia, to relax and in mental health, to relax people. However, I then found out that too much of it when I worked on a locked secure walls once upon a time was a stimulant, so I was a little bit cautious. So what about you, Karina? What would you say about your previous experience with oils, maybe?
Yeah, I was pretty much the same. I just thought they were a nice smell. I'd used lavender and tea tree, but yeah, I hadn't really been blown away by them until I was introduced to these by Emily, and she gave me orange and peppermint, and I watched the webinar just out of curiosity, wondering why she'd been talking about these for so long. And I'd had a headache that day, so I found that the orange and peppermint got rid of my headache. Exactly.
Amazing.
So,
yeah, amazing stuff.
Yeah, and I've had migraines for years, and that literally stopped them. That literally stopped my headaches amazingly. And yeah, pretty much changed my life with that. So
see, and the other difference is, like the orange and peppermint, which I keep in my bag at all times and give it out to friends, is it's a bit like coffee, isn't it? It just wakes you up. So if any of you are watching and you haven't watched before and you don't know what we're talking about, if you would like, I'm sure we could arrange a sample of orange and peppermint. So if you're watching this back and you want to watch it in like 3D, or do we call it 4D, you know, with more of an experience, you can have some orange and peppermint sent to you if we know where you live. So should we start with the slides then, Karina? Because you've got the press thing. Okay. So, right, I'm going to speak, and Karina, if you want to say any more, please do. So basically, an essential oil. So what is an essential oil? So we've established it is it's an oil. So it's basically a natural aromatic compound. It's found in a plant. It could be found in like the leaves or the stem of a plant. In citrus oils, it's normally in the rinds, like the rinds of an orange or a lemon. In other oils, like frankincense, it comes from a resin, which is amazing. Can't quite work out how they get it out, but they do. But we can tell you more about science if that's your thing. So as it says here, it's steam distilled or cold pressed extraction. So with those Terra oils, they are really, really different because there's no chemicals, there's no fillers, and there's no alcohol used, and they don't substitute. We'll talk about that in a moment. They're powerful, they have safe benefits without side effects, and they're actually 50 to 70% stronger than their herbal counterparts. So for instance, see that little peppermint leaf there next to the peppermint? If you were to eat a bit of peppermint, one drop of this peppermint oil, would you believe, which by the way you can have in water and drink, I do that, or you can drink the orange one as well, which is called ingesting. We'll talk about that in a minute. But one drop of this peppermint oil is equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea. Is that correct, Karina?
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's amazing. So, like, you know, who is going to drink 28 cups of peppermint tea? Had a long day, but you're not going to drink it, are you? No, but you can get it in one drop. So what we're trying to say is they're very safe if you know how to dilute them. And they're very safe if you know what you're doing. You're not going to really want to get them into your eyes, but we'll talk about it in a moment. We've got the next slide, please, Karina. So this is a picture, a visual image of what would be a cell. Obviously, it doesn't quite look like your cells because they're quite complicated. So in your body, underneath your skin, your subcutaneous fat and your sort of fleshy layers, there are some cells. We've got billions of cells, billions of them, loads of them. They're really amazing. So cells carry things throughout your body, throughout all your body, your brain. And basically, your cells, for something to be effective, they have a lipid or a fat barrier. So a bit like my tummy, there's a bit of a fat barrier around the cell. So what the oils do, so see that wavy line there, looks like hair, like in that wavy line. So basically, if you put an oil on your skin, it will cross over into the cell. We're going to talk a bit more about that in a moment. But what it will do is it will like fight the virus. You see the virus looks a bit like a sun with a starry bit going over there. It's over there on your left. So it will help fight the virus. Whereas, I mean, I work in healthcare, which is great. I've worked in healthcare for a long time, but a lot of the medications that you might get from your GP will be good, but a lot of them are water-based. So they don't really work so well getting inside the cell. So basically, you've also got in your brain, you've got billions of neurons, billions of them. And like for them to like pass a signal to each other, they have to cross this thing called a synaptic gap. So it's a bit like taking a car in a ferry to the Isle of Wight. You have to cross the water, yeah? So it's a little bit like that, but because it's water, like fluid-based. And that's why sometimes all of us have different reactions to different medications. For instance, antidepressants, for instance, blood pressure medication. We have different reactions all the time. It's just and that's why you shouldn't really take someone else's medication. If it's prescribed to somebody else, you should really seek some medical advice first. Bit similar to the oils. I mean, some of them we will offer you some ideas and some solutions tonight, but they might not work for you. But it's worth a try. I mean, Karina's got lots of experience with migraines, haven't you?
Yeah, I have.
Many a protocol Karina could tell you about if you want to know more about migraine. She's our migraine expert for the evening. She's amazing. So,
Thank you.
It's okay. I'm picking up the Karina migraines. No, you don't want the Karina migraines. No.
I'll tell you how to get rid of them.
The cure is important. It's always about the cure. So, finding something that works for you, that's great. So you see that little black thing there, so that's like the bacteria. So basically what we want to do is we want to empower the cells. So say you're a cell, you want to be empowered, yay! You want to be able to like treat yourself and be good to yourself and get rid of any stuff that you don't want. So basically that's what the oils help you do. I'll put the next slide, please.
Okay.
Karina's like glamorous, she's got a special button. Here we go. Okay, so we've said a little bit about why you would maybe choose Do Terra Essential Oils. Like we both said, we're very honest. Yeah, there are other oils out there. Now, I didn't know that essential oils, all right, my analogy is cheese. Okay, so if you go in the shop and you buy cheese, you know it's cheese. Now, today I bought some cheese from the local farmer because it's nice. It's nice, it's a bit salty, but it's nice, pure cheese, bit of salty cheddar. You know where you're at. But if you go to the supermarket and you might be thinking of buying that cheese slices, would you really class them as cheese? If you looked on the packet, probably there's not much cheese in them, and they're a little bit plastic and a little bit weird, but if you want to have them every now and then, that's fine. Essential oils are a bit like that. So imagine, like, back to the lavender we were talking about a little bit earlier. So lavender, I never knew this. Now, back in the day when I used to use lavender with my clients, with my daughter even, there's the Do Terra lavender for you. So when I used to use it, I didn't know why sometimes I didn't like the smell. Now I've got about 4 different bottles of lavender here, all different makes, and we're not here to distribute any other makes. But what I didn't realise, and sometimes if you look on the small print on your bottle, you might find that lavender is mixed with lavandine. So I didn't know that lavender is really soothing for burns and cuts, and it's really good on your skin. I've got rosacea and it helps me, and it's calming. It helps you chill out. But lavandine is caustic to burns and things. So if you put that on your skin, you're going to get pain. So that is why a lot of oils, they say don't use them on your skin. They say don't use them on your skin because actually they're not what it says on the tin. So I think that's my explanation. Is there anything you wanted to add there, Karina?
No, that's fine. I mean, sometimes they say they're 100% pure and they've got as little as 1% of essential oil in them. And Dr. Pappas is a well-known expert in essential oil testing. And he's actually done a test, I think, last week, which found one lavender literally didn't have any lavender in it. It was all completely synthetic. So, yeah, the labels aren't always right.
Yeah, and you should say it should be the truth, shouldn't it? So if you buy a lemon in a supermarket, you can see it's a lemon. It might have been grown differently. They might have used things that aren't organic, but you still know it's a lemon. You know at the core it's a lemon, unless it's an etrog, which is something that they use in Judaism at a certain time of year, which looks like a lemon but isn't a lemon. But there's other things out there. So normally you know what you're getting. So why say 100% pure when it's not? It's not right really, is it? Anyway, we shall move on. Okay, so this is a bit of an analogy. It's lots of letters I'm not good with, but I will try and explain it. So what another difference about Do Terra's oils is they are C for Charlie, P for Papa, T for Tango, G for Golf. So certified pure therapeutic grade. So basically what you need to know, I'll give you a little brief synopsis, but if you're interested, we can give you more science information. And there's loads of information on the website pages we're going to talk about a little bit later on. So that means, in a nutshell, for those of you that are new to oils, and it's a lot of information in one go, means they're pure. So you want something that's pure, okay? So most of us, if we've got children or people that we care for, wanting to care for themselves, we want it to be pure. It's natural, no artificial ingredients, fragrances or fillers, which is great. You don't really want all that, really, unless you know about it. You might have the odd naughty thing, for instance, but you know about it. They're safe. Now, when we say they're safe, we're going to talk a little bit more about the use. And some of you out there that have used essential oils for years, or maybe you're an aromatherapist, maybe you've been trained slightly differently, and that's fine. And we're not here to reinvent the wheel, but they are safe if you know how to use them. So if you know how to use them, they're safe. You might, for instance, get this bit of peppermint that I have here, which is a hot oil. It's a weird one. It's hot, but it's cold. So you put it on you. For instance, I think I'm starting the menopause. Maybe I keep sweating. So I put it on my pulse points sometimes, but not late at night. My friend put it on herself late at night the other day, and she couldn't sleep because it's a stimulant. It's a stimulating, nice smelling, uplifting oil. Okay, but it's hot. In other words, it's a strong oil, but it makes you go cold. But if you get it in your eye, which I have done, it's not the end of the world. I got it in my eye in the steam room the other day. Yep. And normally you'd wipe it off with like a carrier oil, like we've got fractionated coconut oil, but you can wipe it off with a bit of butter or olive oil or any other sort of oil that's not going to hurt you. Just wipe it off, and it won't kill you, but it might sting a little bit, but it's okay. So when we say safe, we'll talk a bit more about it in a moment, but they're certified to be free of pesticides and other chemical residues. So for instance, where they're grown, which we'll talk about in a moment, they're tested. They're really tested very well, and we'll talk a bit about the testing more in a moment. And back to what we were saying before, they're potent. So 1 drop, remember, 1 drop of this peppermint, which, here we go. 1 drop of that peppermint is the equivalent for 28 cups of peppermint tea. That's a lot, isn't it? It's a really strong oil. But that's okay, because that means you can use them to make other things. So for instance, this Saturday, I'm running a skincare workshop where I am, and I'm teaching people to make their own stuff with the oils that you've got. So you can choose to make them into things. You can make your own cleaning products. You can make your own perfumes. You can even use this peppermint oil. It's very nice in a dark chocolate. Very nice, isn't it, Queen, in dark chocolate? We normally make it.
Yeah, so we're all fans of that.
When we run our live classes, those of you that want to come to a live class, you might like to have a dark chocolate with peppermint, and you might want to have a milk chocolate with wild orange, or you might want to mix them together. So mix the screens if you wish. Anything you'd like to add to that, Karina?
No, I think you've said it all. That's fine.
Cool. That's brilliant. That's what you know. So this is like a sort of map of the world. It looks like a map of the world, sort of, the bluey bits. So we're just trying to give you a visual representation of where the oils come from. So, for instance, you might see lavender growing on the roadside, or like my friend is in France and they grow lavender there, but where they grow it might not be, the soil might be okay, and it might be all right, but you know, there might be planes coming over, for instance, dropping off whatever they drop off, chemicals. There could have been other things that have gone on in that environment. So lavender, which is at the top left of your screen, and 2 away from Chloe Sage, sort of there. For instance, now lavender is grown in the Alps, which is great, good lavender. But Do Terra, they've got like a research team, and they went out and they explore the world, like do an explore with their backpacks, and they go and find different places to find these amazing oils. So what they're looking for is they're looking for an oil or a plant to be grown in its natural habitat, which is really important. So when they find these plants, they harvest them, but they don't go out and do it themselves, because they could just own all these plants and just take control. No, they don't do that. They go and find little farmers, little farmers that know what they're doing all over the world, and then they empower them. They empower them to grow these amazing plants that make these amazing oils. So getting back to lavender again, I don't know why I keep going lavender tonight, but we'll go there. There are many more, but just because it's at the top left there and I can see it, basically lavender, they can get it from the Alps, and they sometimes do, and they have, but they went one step further and they found a microclimate in Bulgaria. Now, Bulgaria is classed as a developing country, is that correct, Karina? Sort of like a developing third world country. So I think now, we've just come back from a convention in Amsterdam and I'm a bit sketchy, but I think at the moment the Terra is sourcing from 46 countries, is that right? 43 to 46 countries, and I think about 23 of them are developing third world countries. So obviously, these amazing people, they deserve to have income, they deserve to be able to feed their families, they deserve to be able to work really well and cooperatively with their communities, and Do Terra empowers them to do that. And they also, we found out something at convention, didn't we, about the frankincense, Karina? Do you remember? There was something we found out about frankincense. So basically, frankincense at the moment is mainly sourced in Somalia, I believe. I might have that wrong. And frankincense is a resin. It's a weird one. It's not a plant. It's a plant. It's a tree, but you kind of extract the resin, you take the resin out. Okay, so what they found was that the trees need to be rested for 1 year, okay, because if they're not rested, there's been a drought and there's been other things, they're not going to work. The trees aren't going to give the fruits of their loins, so it's not going to work. So basically, Do Terra came up with a plan. Look, we're going to rest these trees, but you know what, farmers, we're still going to pay you, and that's nice. It's nice to be able to do that. So yeah, I mean, we're going to talk a bit about how you can get your oils later on, and some of you might think, oh, they're a little bit more expensive than maybe the ones I've seen in Holland and Barrett or down the road or wherever I've got them from before. But when you think about the price, what we want you to think about is actually what you're doing, because you're supporting communities all around the world to grow things in a natural state and to be fair. Fairness is good. We like fairness. Anything to add, Karina?
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, yeah, they literally use oils from their natural habitat across the world. So the lemons are from Sicily, and the oranges from Dominican Republic, and vetiver is grown in Haiti, where they've had a drought as well. And they've got loads of charity work that they support all the local people there. So yeah, they have the purest strength from sourcing them in their natural habitats. So yeah.
Great. Thank you. So should we go to the next? That's cool. Okay, so this talks about it a little bit more. So this is something called co-impact sourcing. So just reading this statement here. Our co-impact sourcing approach empowers small-scale farmers, like we said, like little farmers, the little guys, and to improve their often meagre livelihoods, because that could be what feeds their family and what makes them independent. So it's like that teach a man to fish. I'm an occupational therapist, so my background. So basically, one of the reasons why I did this job was because, you know, you can give a man a fish and see ya, okay, you got a fish, there's your dinner. But if you teach a man or a woman or a child to fish, then that means that they can feed themselves ongoing. Yeah. So basically, you know, if people haven't got money, and if Do Terra has this amazing partnership with the actual people and listens to what they want and is understanding what they want, they describe themselves as this. It's true. They're like a catalyst to help them help themselves. So just at the bottom of this page, and we can send these slides out to you. So if you're just watching this for the first time, we can arrange that you can have a visual copy of the slides. If you do anything like me, you might want to print it off and write your own notes, which always can be good. If you're more of a visual learner, and if you're more of a kinesthetic learner, you might want to use your hands and do this, you know, do this if you want to, that's good too. But you might want to listen to us too, and you might want to pause us if you're busy, that's fine. But this brilliant website at the bottom, and I'm not great with computers, it's called Source for You, and basically it's a new website that's had for a few months now, and you go on there and it can tell you more about what we've been saying, so more about the science stuff, if that's for you, more about also, so you know you can test yours. So I don't know if you can see, it's tiny, but on the bottom of each oil there is a batch number, so you can type that in. It will tell you if you're into your science and you want to know, for instance, lemon oil, which again This one, I ingest it. I have it every day. I have 2 drops in my water, which I'm drinking now. And it's really helped with my polycystic ovaries and urine infections and things like that, because it detoxes. It's great. It's good for the skin. There's a skin from within, something with my husband's skin. He has it every day. Not that he's big with them, but, you know, it's helped. So basically, like, by knowing what's in them, lemon has got a lot of limonene in it, which is great. But sometimes I mix lemon oil, I've noticed with citronella. Now, personally, I don't really like the smell of citronella. I don't think I'd drink it. I don't think it's good to drink. We went travelling a few years ago and we used it to clean our clothes for like a few months, and I don't really like the smell of it now. It's good for bugs, but it's not good for your tummy. But this stuff's really good. So you can check on that website, check the batch number, and you can find out, actually, is this good? Is it going to be safe? Where did it come from? Maybe, I mean, Karina, you've done it. Can you find out where it was grown?
Yeah, it comes up with a chart which shows the testing. So it's called GCMS testing. It's gas spectrometry, mass chromatography. I think I've got that right. It's a bit of a tongue twister. It is a complete mouthful, but it basically comes up with a chart, and the chart shows you the levels of limonene in the oil and all the active ingredients. You can see the complete chemical breakdown of every oil batch,
which is amazing, because you need to know what is in what you're ingesting or what you're using topically. Lemon being a citrus, I would say one thing: as much as it's really good for your skin, if you're going to use it in your skin, use it at night or use it in the winter, because it is a citrus oil, and all citrus oils, we'll come to it again in a moment, they're photosensitive. So don't like put it on your skin and then go out in hot sun, because it's not going to be good for your skin. Okay, shall we move on? Glamorous assistant, thank you. Okay, we've already covered this a little bit. So there's 3 main uses for your essential oils. So aromatic is when you smell them. So you might want to just open the bottle and give it a little smell like that. Or you might want to do, maybe like we were saying about this wild orange and peppermint. So what we like to do when we use wild orange and peppermint is we will just put a drop of each in the hand, put them together like that, and breathe it in. Oh, so yeah, I haven't got the oil really, but you know, if I did have, that'd be nice. But, you know, if you breathe it in, you don't have to buy a diffuser then. You've got hands. But then what you don't do is what I've done before, is when you wipe it in your eye, no. And if it's got orange on it, you don't wipe it on your face, as we said. So, but you can diffuse. But what we do say about diffusing, you can buy a diffuser. So Terra do some really good ones. We can talk about later one of them, which I've got. I've had a few actually. I've been lending them out to friends and schools and people. But if you get a diffuser, don't get one that uses hot water, like boiling water, because it just destroys the chemical components of the oil, and you don't really want to do that. The same if you've got like a candle one, which I used to have, which is nice, and you'll smell it, but you're smelling the oil, but the chemical constituents have changed. And also for things like hay fever, we're in the allergy season, it being the 1st of June today. If you get hay fever, if you diffuse oils, for instance, lemon, lavender and peppermint, that's great. So this internal use, now this can be different. So some of you out there that haven't used oils internally before, and you've been trained not to use them internally, we're not trying to change your belief system. It's up to you. You don't have to. Now, you can consume them as a dietary supplement. So what that means is you could have them in these, we get these veggie caps. I haven't got mine here, but they're like little capsules made out of vegetable glycerine. And then you put oils inside them and you're taking like a tablet, which is good. If you wish to do that, if you want to try that, we can give you some ideas if you want to try that. Or like we were saying, I have lemon oil in my water, but don't put it in plastic, no, because the plastic, it sort of takes away like the toxic stuff, the bad stuff. You know, some of you that have heard about not having plastic bottles in your cars, same sort of thing, not good. So this is metal. You can use glass. Have you seen them nice yummy mummies out there going to yoga with the glass bottles that they drop? I've dropped mine and broke it before, and it's got rubber on it. It's still smashed, but that's why they've got glass bottles, because they might put things like oils in them, which is good. And also you can make food. But again, don't boil it. So for instance, when we make our chocolate, when we do a class with say the wild orange and peppermint, or You can use geranium or lavender. It's up to you. Lime's quite nice. You just put the oil in when it stops boiling. So I might melt. I cheat sometimes. I'll go to Lidl's, maybe buy some chocolate. Not to mention a name of the shop, but you know, you might melt down the chocolate, but when it's really hot, don't put the oil in. When it's sort of touch temperature and it's safe, put the oil in, give it a little stir, and then you can just remold it and it's fine. You can use, I sometimes use hummus. I put lemon oil in hummus, that's quite nice. Rosemary oil, oregano we're going to talk about later, and even though it's scary because it's really hot, actually it tastes quite nice, and you can still get the benefits, so you can use it in a bit of pasta sauce. And topically, so topically, that's when you put it onto your skin. Now, your skin, obviously our skin is very different in different areas. Face is a bit more sensitive. So I've got a bottle of peppermint. Do you think I'm going to put it on my skin? Maybe not, because it's quite a hot oil. So maybe, and I'm not really going to put the citrus, like the wild orange, on my skin. But you might want to dilute it. You might want to dilute it in the palm of your hands. You might want to dilute it in a roller ball and put it in the skin. And that, actually, the feet is a good place to start, especially for children. So the skin, it's a bit harder on your feet, isn't it? But also the feet, if any of you know about reflexology, there are different points on the feet that relate to different parts of the body. We've got charts we can show you. But the feet as well, I believe the paws are slightly bigger. Well, whatever happens, they absorb really well. The oils absorb really well into the feet, which is good. Anything to add to that, Karina?
Yeah. So topically on the feet as well, within 20 seconds it goes, within 20 seconds of applying to your feet, it goes into your bloodstream, and within 20 minutes it's in every cell of your body distributed. So your feet are a great way to put it on and distribute it throughout the body as well.
And that's amazing. So, you know, you might have a sore spot somewhere or a bit of broken skin. By the way, I have used them on broken skin. I had an incident with my shower when the screen exploded. It exploded. I was in the bath. A bit scary, but we worked through it. So I got Melaleuca, which is tea tree. We're going to talk about it in a minute. Corinne's going to talk about this in a minute. And I got lavender. Lavender's soothing. Melaleuca's antiviral, antifungal, good for cuts and things. And actually, a lot of us that use the oils, we've used that Melaleuca neat on children, which you wouldn't think. Now, my daughter's 18, but you know, she's a teenager, so sometimes she complains, not all the time. So I've put Melaleuca neat onto her before, and actually she just had a piercing down of her nose, and she had an ear pierce, and she uses it neat, and she doesn't complain, and she actually asks for it. So those of you with teenagers would know that that's quite rare. But those of you with smaller children, like my lovely Karina here, would also know that the oils are really safe, and for older people. And even we've got colleagues that are looking into training for oils for pets. So there are training sessions about oils for pets and horses and dogs and all sorts, really. It's time to move on, if that's okay. Okay, so this is a bit more about the safety. So as you said, so essential oils are technically very safe and gentle without side effects, as long as you don't do what it says on the tin, like put the bottle of peppermint in your eye. Ouch, hurts. Of course it's going to hurt. It says no, don't do it. And you know, it says actually citrus is photosensitive. Are you going to do it? Are you going to put it on your skin? Are you going to go out in a sunbed? Really? No. So keep it out of your eyes, sensible, inside your eyes. Inside your ears, you can put it around your ear, and there's other ways that we can deal with ear stuff, which is good. For instance, back to lavender and Melaleuca, cleared my ear infection the other day. Just put it on the bone. But also, you're not going to really put them right up your nose. I mean, you might want to smell them, but you're not really going to put them up your nose. So it's called your mucous membrane. Not good. Don't put it there. So dilute them with vegetable oil or an oil, a carrier oil. So again, Do Terra does a lovely fractionated coconut oil. In other words, it's liquid coconut oil. If you can dilute them with the solid coconut oil for oil pulling, say, but if you try and do that, you can make a cream of it, but it's a bit hard to get it into a liquid unless it's already a liquid. But all we're saying is, you know, when you cook and the oil goes to the top and the water to the bottom, just, you know, you wipe an oil off with an oil because the oil pulls the oil away. Does that make sense? Not water. So skin sensitivity being the primary safety issue, follow the label directions, do what it says on the tin. If in doubt, get back to the person that from Do Terra that maybe has referred you and is maybe giving you advice, or you can buy little booklets like this, and you can buy little charts, and there's apps. We can tell you about that. So so there's little codes here. So A for aromatic, T for topical, I for internal, and some of the oils say they can be used neat. Again, that's choice. Some of the oils are suitable for young or sensitive skin. Again, that is choice. You'll find what works for you, but it means that they are safer. And you know, if you're going to use it topically on your skin, maybe dilute it first. Just give that a try. Thank you.
Okay, shall we go on then?
Thank you. That'd be great,
Tara. Amazing.
I'm going to mute the case because I know that sometimes it's background noise, but please carry on.
Lovely. Okay, so we're going to go through the 10 oils that are in the Family Essentials kit. So 6 of them are straight essential oils and 4 of them are blended. And this is a really amazing kit because not only does it save you money, it literally has something that you can use almost on a daily basis, and something for all the family, basically. So I'm just going to crack on and get on with lemon, which is the first oil. Tara's mentioned she uses it every morning. That's something I do as well. So I have 1 or 2 drops in water every day, every morning, and it flushes out.
I've lost you a bit.
Oh, am I? Am I still there, Tara? I can't hear you. Sorry, Tara. The internet's cracking up slightly.
I don't know. You've frozen. Should I carry on talking just in case? Even though it says mine is unstable. But yeah, okay. The lemon, clean and fresh. Oh, you've come back. Come back.
That's right. I thought I never went anywhere, but I thought you froze.
And then you come back. You went like a Dalek, and you came back.
Well, this is technology for you, isn't it? You can have it all planned and technology blips. But no, I'm still here.
You're a Dalek again. You're a Dalek. You're a Dalek. But you're there. You're there, but you're a Dalek. But that's fine. I don't know if you want me to carry on. I don't know. Should I just talk for a little while, see if I don't become a Dalek? Okay, I'll try that. Okay, brilliant. Thumbs up is good. We understand that. And okay is quite good too. Lemon, yeah, as you said, use it in the mornings if you wish. Personally, I put a couple of drops in with some water, not boiling. My husband has hot water, and then he has cold water on top, so it's not boiling. Puts 2 drops in, bit of a squeeze of lime, drinks that. You can make any blend of that you wish, which is great. If you mix it in honey, that actually stops it from doing that floaty thing. You know when oils that float on the top of your water? It stops it doing that because you mix it in the honey and it's kind of, it just makes it a bit more stable. So, but you can use it for your sore throat. You can diffuse it. It's quite an uplifting oil. Brilliant wood polish, really good for cleaning, degreaser, kitchen counters and steel. I did that cleaning course the other day and we used it in most of our kitchen sprays we made and made a kitchen paste, which is great. It has a smell, but we added other things to it to just use it up a bit. But again, that's choice. Yeah, basically.
I don't know if you can see me, Tara, but I can't see you at all. You've completely frozen.
Are you there?
I am here, but the internet is. You've totally frozen on me. I can't hear you at all, Tara.
But that's cool. I don't think I can move the slides. Can I move them? Oh, wait, I can pause. Should I pause? Hi.
I can hear you, see you fine now, but you were totally frozen then. I was talking and you just got stuck.
Like the song, like Frozen, like the song that people can't sing that sing in the car. Yeah. Should we go on? Should we move? Should I do that? When I finish the slide, should I do that?
Okay. You don't want me to try and do it for you?
No, you can talk. Please talk. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll be sat here for a long time going, Tara.
Carry on with yours. I'm going to keep really quiet. I'm going to keep quiet.
Okay, so you've done lemon. I'll go on with peppermint, yeah? So peppermint is cool and invigorating. Peppermint is quite amazing because it changes for what your body needs. So if you are feeling hot, it will cool your body down. I use it for my kids. I dilute it and put it up their spine and on their feet, and it helps them if they have a fever. But it's really lovely and invigorating, actually. So you can use it to wake yourself up with the orange experience as well. You can use it, as it says here, in a mouth rinse. It kills bacteria. It's super strong, and I've used it for travel sickness. And so, yeah, I put one drop of peppermint in my mouth when I was feeling travel sick on the way to the airport, and it stopped it immediately. So it's amazing. It's also super good for sinuses. So it clears your sinuses. When you inhale it, it really, really helps your sinuses open and ease tension. And yeah, it's a lovely awakening feeling. So you could put it in a spray bottle and mist the body when you're overheated, or use it as an after sun. It's actually grown in the US, this one, and one drop in water will settle your stomach if you have any aches or cramps or digestive discomfort. It's really great for my headaches. I get migraines a lot, and I dab peppermint on the side of my temples, being really careful not to get it in your eyes, obviously, because that would sting and make them water. But it's really lovely, a little cooling sensation on the temples, helps get rid of tension, headaches. So you can use it in the diffuser when you're feeling fatigued or low on energy, and it is really invigorating. So yeah, I think I've covered everything on peppermint. So let's go on to the next one. Lavender is for all things calming. Everything okay, Tara? Good. So lavender is for all things calming. I think Tara's had too much over there. She looks nice and relaxed.
No, if I had too much, I'd be asleep. But technically, like we said, it's a stimulant. If you run around and raving, wouldn't I?
Yeah, just checking you can hear me, actually. Anyway, so lavender is soothing. You can diffuse it in the room. Lots of people like to put it on their pillow at bedtime to help them fall asleep. It's very calming, and emotionally it's known as the oil of communication. So it's supposed to help things, help you deal with emotionally communicating.
Like a microphone, yeah?
Like a microphone. The microphone of oils. That's a new one.
Can it make the internet work? Can it make it work?
I'm not sure. It's worth a try. But you can also, if you have palpitations and your heart is racing, lavender is really great to just apply straight on the heart area and just rub it in over there. Or it's a really amazing antihistamine. People don't realise that lavender is part of the allergy trio, which is lavender, lemon and peppermint. But lavender is a great antihistamine, and if you have any skin irritations or bug bites, you can apply lavender directly on it neat, and that really helps the skin repair. And of course, lavender is very, very good for wrinkles and skin. You can use it as part of your skincare routine. You can use it in your laundry to make your laundry smell lovely.
Good idea. You can use it in the bath. I think might have said it. Oh God, I'm just trying to find my trio of lemons.
Oh yeah.
There's a big peppermint, there's a big one, and there's a small one. But the trio is a really good idea. Yeah, lemon and peppermint together. Yeah, it's you can use it in a capsule. You can diffuse it. You can make a rollable. But yeah, it does work. It really does help with allergies. We've got quite a few people on our team that have hay fever, and it works really well. And you can get that as a trio, but it might not be the best value way. It's cheaper kit because it's only got 3 oils, and we're talking about 10 tonight. But it might not be the best way. But have a look, have a see. Thank you.
As Tara said before as well, this lavender smells really different to your Holland & Barrett 5-pound oil. This one, it smells much like smoother, doesn't it, and rounded. It's a really lovely smell.
We don't have television, do we? One day.
So that's an amazing oil, actually. It's
really nice.
The children always love it as well. But I'll go on now to Melaleuca, because otherwise I'll take up all your time. So Melaleuca, this is tea tree oil, and as it says here, it's first aid for the skin. So you can use it for cleansing and rejuvenating the skin. It's a quite amazing one. This kills viruses. It's great for skin blemishes. You can use it on verrucas. I work at an osteopath, and the podiatrist there, she uses Melaleuca for people's verrucas on their feet, and it's amazing. It works really well. It's so strong.
And that rhymes, Melaleuca.
It does. So it's antimicrobial, antibacterial. You can use it on your scalp to help with dry skin. You can add just a drop or two with your shampoo to keep your skin healthy.
Head lice, you can make a spray.
Yeah, the head lice hate it, don't they? So they just literally run away.
Run away.
And this is one of what this is. Oh, you're cracking up. Sorry, Tara, are you still there?
Am I now?
As in your internet is cracking up. I'm not sure you can still hear me then.
I can hear you. I can always try.
And also, this is really amazing for boosting the immune system. This we often team up with oregano to boost the immune system, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But anything like athlete's foot or verrucas, and as it says there, after showering or swimming or working out, it can really refresh you.
And I'm in a choir. You can gargle with this stuff. If you wish, to help your throat, or you can oil pull. If you do the oil pulling thing with like hard coconut oil and you swish it around, you can put this in it if you wish, but you might not like the flavour, so you might want to add something else. But it doesn't smell like normal tea tree Melaleuca, this one, does it really? It smells like, I think it smells sweeter myself. My daughter works for another company that make nice products beginning with L and ending with H. It's got 4 letters, if you can guess what that one is. And she buys stuff because she's a teenager for her skin. I don't like the smell, and that put me off this smell, but now I like this smell because this is sweeter. But that's just my opinion.
Good. Let's go on to oregano, because oregano is super, super strong. It's like the powerhouse of oils, this one. This boosts your immune system and it kills viruses, and you can put it in an empty capsule that Tara was talking about. Yeah. And it's so strong. I actually once put 1 drop of this in my children's pasta sauce and they refused to eat it because it was so strong, and that was just 1 drop. So the idea, if you're going to put it in your pasta sauce, use a toothpick, like a wooden toothpick, and dip it in and stir it round rather than using a whole drop, because that will make everyone not eat their dinners, basically.
Yeah. And I gave it to my daughter once because she has a sore throat, and I thought, try it. It's just, it won't kill her. She didn't forgive me for a while, so then we bought the veggie caps, and now we're friends.
Yeah, I've taken oregano, Melaleuca together in a shot glass, and you need lip balm on your lips because it stings so much. It does sting, but sometimes it can really help if you have a sore throat. But you have to be brave and aware that it is a hot oil.
And I know someone who treated a skin tag or verruca with it. But again, you put like barrier cream around. Like personally, I put it on my feet, it's okay. But some people like put some barrier cream around and then cover it. That's good. And isn't it that sometimes, Karina, of all the oils, we would maybe recommend you to have a break from this one if you're using it long term?
Yeah, 7 days. They say take this one as like an antibiotic. You can have 3 times a day for up to 7 days, but then you'll need a break because it will affect the gut bacteria balance like an antibiotic does. So
you don't want that really, do you?
It's really strong. No, but it's really great for treating the flu. So if anyone's had the flu, have this and Melaleuca in a veggie capsule, and that really boosts your body, helps you get rid of it. I'm just trying to think what else is on that one. That's probably it, isn't it, Tara?
Yeah, I mean, back to the flu. I mean, the only thing to say about the flu, but maybe we can say it later, but you can do this thing called a flu bomb. It sounds like an urban myth, but basically with your veggie cap, you use 5 oils, not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5 oils, and we are going to come to those in a moment, so maybe we can cover that when we get to the last oil.
Yeah, That's great. And all those oils are in this kit that we're talking about now, aren't we?
Amazing
Okay.
kit, yeah. Okay.
So let's go on to the first blended oil. This is Deep Blue. So this is known as the Soothing Blend. I do like this one because, as we know, I've always had really bad headaches.
Yeah.
The Deep Blue, the Deep Blue is actually blue in colour. If I can show you, you probably can't see it in there. But this is really good for making your tired muscles relax. And if you've got headaches like me, I put it behind both ears on the bone behind the ear and slightly down the neck, and also on the back of the skull where the spine meets the skull. I put it on there, and it's like switching a migraine off. So it's amazing strength. This has wintergreen in it. This has a safety cap, as you can see. The other caps are normal, but this has a big safety cap on it, which shows you that this one is not to be ingested. This one has wintergreen. So wintergreen is an oil that is like a natural aspirin. So if you were to have 1 teaspoon of wintergreen, it would be the equivalent of 180 aspirins. So you wouldn't drink that, would you? It's so powerful. But that's harvested in Nepal. There's some amazing charity work that Do Terra do in Nepal. They had terrible natural disasters last year, and Do Terra have been working with them to rebuild their homes and taking care of all their people that work with them out there. So it's an amazing company, like we've mentioned before. But this is amazing. You can use this before exercising or after exercising. And there's an athlete that we saw in the convention in Amsterdam, and his name is Frimpong. I can't remember his first name. It's Akwasi, I think his name is. Akwasi Frimpong. And
he's really nice.
He was really lovely. And he uses Deep Blue with before exercising and after exercising. So it helps the body, it helps soothe the muscles, basically. Yeah. And it's really great for massage.
It's good for massage. You know what he does? He's really clever. He does lots of athlete stuff. You know, he runs, doesn't he? He runs, he walks. But he's doing the skeleton. You know that really scary looking thing?
Totally nuts.
Really fast. And you've got no protection. How many miles an hour? Really fast.
It's crazy. It's like 80 miles an hour or something stupid, isn't
it? Crazy. No protection. So if somebody needs some Deep Blue, it's him. Because it's scary. And he's from Ghana. It's very clever because I don't think there's snow there. Is there snow there, Karina? Do you think snow there? I don't think there is. It's a bit like Cool Running, but not. But he's clever and he's gone down really fast, so he needs his stuff. He needs lots of it.
Yeah, he needs it for the bruising afterwards, because this is really good for soothing aches, pains and bruises, especially when you use it with frankincense as well. We will come to frankincense because that's an amazing oil. But
also, one thing to add, it comes in a cream. We like the cream. I quite like the cream. And
Love the cream.
We like the cream. And I've got an athlete's kit. I'm not an athlete. Don't know like one, do I? But I'm not. But I've got an athlete's kit. And that means I've got the cream and you get 5 oils with the cream in a little zippy pouch. You don't actually get this as the oil in it. But it also comes in a touch. We do touch oils.
The touch is ready diluted, isn't it?
We like a touch, yeah. So it means that it's like a rollable. So you can roll it on your skin. Like something we're going to talk about in a moment. It's great because it's diluted already. So if you don't want it less strong, which is really strong, but the only one thing to add, Karina, I think, is about the wintergreen, because sometimes with some people with blood pressure medication, it can interact with it. And things like warfarin, but warfarin's a controlled drug, so surely, if you are on warfarin, you'd seek a little bit of advice. But it is the wintergreen in that, isn't it?
It is the wintergreen, yeah. It can contraindicate with blood thinning or heart medications. So that is one little precaution that we always mention to people to be careful with. Yeah. Okay, so let me go on to the next one. Breathe. This is a really lovely blend. I use this loads of my kids, and it's lovely in the diffuser. It helps you sleep at night. It's known as the comforting blend, I believe. There it is. They're respiratory. I've lost my notes there, didn't I? Lost my notes. Yes. So Breathe. I love this oil. This has helped my airways so much that basically I don't use my asthma Ventolin anymore. I'm just going to have a sniff because it's really good. It's a lovely blend of peppermint, cardamom, eucalyptus, laurel leaf, melaleuca, ravensara, and laurel leaf. I think I said that twice, but it's just once in there.
It's got a little bit of lemon in it as well. Is it
got a little bit of lemon? Yeah. So
that
lovely,
means
lovely oil.
Ooh.
It's a bit like an albus oil, but albus oil unfortunately has loads of chemical fillers in it, and it's not good for you. It's actually quite bad for you. So this is completely natural, and this is what these lovely blenders are amazing that they've come up with for us. They do have this in the touch range as well, and they also have it in a breathe stick, which is like it's like a solid creamy application that you can put on your chest. But this has literally stopped me using my Ventolin. I was using it 4 times a day, and I've not used my Ventolin once since I've had this breathe oil. And Kathy, one of our mentors, her little son had such severe asthma and allergies. He was in hospital several times, repeatedly, like over months, since he was 2 to now he's 4. But the doctors can't believe how well his lungs have been healing, and he's very rarely taken to hospital now. It's made a massive difference to their little boy's health, which is obviously amazing. But yeah, you can put it on your chest. We say to put it on the front side of the chest and also the back side of the chest, so you get both sides of the lungs, and that really helps support the body. And you can put it on your feet for little kids. It really stops hacking coughs, dry tickly coughs. This is the oil to go to, and it's a really lovely blend. Anything else you want to say about that, Tara?
My dad has asbestosis, so it's a respiratory condition, and there's no real cure, so it's basically a palliative condition. But he's getting on okay, but he can't really take inhalers, and I've got him a salt pipe as well, but he uses this, but I got him the touch. So when we talked about the one that's diluted, because he's in his 70s now, and this probably wouldn't last as long. So it's the fact that it's diluted, he puts it on the bridge of his nose, his chest, and the back of his big toe. And I think that part of the foot there, I think, is the lung as well. So
it is, yeah.
Yeah, it's not the lung. Obviously, it's a part of the foot that corresponds to the lung. And I've got a neighbour with COPD. I've got a neighbour with emphysema, and they use it. And I always have it in my little key ring. You can get these tiny little key rings where you put 8 little oils, because you never know when you're out and about. Someone might need a bit of breathe, or someone might need all of these oils, but breathe is one of my 8 that I have in my little key ring normally.
Yeah, it's great, and it can help with seasonal discomfort like hay fever as well. So you can use it, the peppermint in that helps. You can use that if you haven't got the hay fever trio on you. Yeah, it's amazing, that oil, isn't it?
Yeah, and the lemon, there's lemon in it as well, so it's got two of the 3.
Yeah, so it's cleansing. Yeah. Amazing. Let's go on to Zengest. Okay, another amazing blend. I love sampling this to people because it works so quickly. If you've got any gas, any sickness, any nausea, upset stomachs, diarrhea, anything that is making you feel uncomfortable, even if you've overeaten, just a couple of drops of this with a bit of carrier oil on the belly. I think I used olive oil when I first started because I didn't have the coconut. Just a couple of drops of this makes a massive difference within a minute or 2, and it literally just helps your stomach settle and be more comfortable. It's an amazing oil.
Really good. Some of you, it's quite a strong smell. It smells a bit like Pernod for older people that might have ouzo. Personally, I wouldn't drink it because I don't like to do that. And
but when you're sick and you want to get a part over your sickness, Tara, it actually tastes all right.
You might want to do it, yeah. But if you notice, my bottle says a different word. It says Digestin. I know it's back to front, but it used to be called Digestin. And I think what's happening with Do Terra in Europe, and of course they're across the world because they're amazing and there's such supply and demand, people want their oils. They've had to rename it to Zengest because the word Digestin, you're not really allowed to make claims about products, are you? So it says Digest in the name probably isn't the best thing, so they've had to change the name. Is that right?
Yep, they've changed it to be compliant for all countries, basically, across Europe.
It's the same thing. This one is the same thing as that one.
Yeah, so this has ginger, cardamom, let me read it to you because I could. Ginger and peppermint, caraway, coriander, anise and tarragon and fennel in there, and they're all really good digestive aiding oils. There was somebody who gave a really amazing feedback that her dad had reflux for 30 years and he couldn't lie down and sleep at night, And then he kept asking him to order this one oil, and she was thinking he was probably having too much of it. But literally, after taking that for a couple of months, his reflux has completely stopped. And he can actually lie down at night rather than be sitting up. So that's an amazing recovery story, just using that oil on a regular basis. And it can help with hiatus hernia, where you get sickness and discomfort. It can literally stop that happening, and any acidity of the stomach. And parasites, I've read, it can help with. So there's a ton of stuff that one's really good for.
Yeah, you did, didn't you? You went well, didn't you use it?
Yeah, before Christmas I had norovirus and I was really sick. And then I remembered you could take this one drop in water, and the second I did that, literally it stopped being uncomfortable and I stopped vomiting. So it's really, really powerful, and I found that really amazing. Like, I couldn't not have this one, albeit is in my little keyring carry around, daily thing, just in case the kids need it or myself.
To be fair, I've not had that. It's not one thing that I suffer from.
That's good.
I'm smelling it tonight, and it does smell a little bit liquidishy, and I've never really liked it. That's personal choice, but
it's the anise in it, isn't it?
If I needed it, I'm sure it would smell a bit better. Like, because when you need an oil, normally you can sort of tolerate it a bit more.
Yeah, so, exactly. It tasted amazing when I was being ill with norovirus. It really literally tasted unbelievable.
The norovirus doesn't taste very well.
Exactly. Yeah, I wouldn't wish that on anyone. I meant to say with breathe, actually, we forgot to say that it really helps with snoring. If anyone has a snorer in the family, breathe. It's a really important one, isn't it?
No, apparently, you don't know because she was asleep. But yeah, apparently, now my family don't know if they tell me the truth. But I tried it. My friend uses it on her big toe at night. And
right. On the reflex point. Okay, amazing.
Yeah, do that. But the other one that works, is it? No, not basil. Thyme. No, thyme. I think there are other oils that work for snoring, but I need to test it because I think my family might not be telling me the truth. I tested it, and I don't know. It probably does stop snoring. Kathy said that it stopped snoring. This gentleman came to stay and he'd had a couple of drinks, and it helps. It helps. It stops you snoring, which is a miracle.
That's amazing. I think if anyone has a snore in the family, they'd love to hear about that. Right, I'm going to go on to On Guard. So On Guard is amazing. This one is known as the Thieves Blend because the grave robbers at the time of the plague had they couldn't figure out why they hadn't died, and they eventually caught them. It's amazing, this one. It smells of orange and cinnamon and clove. Those are the main smells in it. The first one things you notice. It's really lovely. This is the protective blend. It's known, as it says on the slide, a natural defense. So this is the protective blend. You can use it to as a natural hand sanitizer, because hand sanitizers, we know, are actually quite bad for you. We've seen loads of press in America recently, and they've banned antibacterial hand gels. So you can use this On Guard. It kills viruses in the air, so you can use it in the diffuser. I use it on my children diluted at night time every evening, and to prevent them picking up bugs from school. This has been shown in studies in America, in the Vanderbilt Hospital, that it kills MRSA within 5 minutes. And they have done lots of tests on this, and it's quite amazing that it's so powerful. I've used this one drop in water when I've had a really sore throat, and I've gargled with it. And it literally helps laryngitis or any sore throats go away. And it's a really good immune boosting oil as well. The clove, particularly in it, is very, very good at boosting the immune system. It smells like Christmas. It's delicious. And you can have it in you can have it in wine, can't you? One drop in your in a large glass of mulled wine.
A small glass or medium glass.
Yeah. Quite not strong though, one drop. I put one drop in a jug before and it was just right.
Really?
At Christmas,
well, apparently some people make popcorn with it.
Yeah, it's delicious actually.
Quite taste. Have you done it? I might have to get a recipe off you.
You must do that. It's you use coconut oil, maple syrup, and a couple of drops, 3 or 4 drops of this. And you just stir it over your popcorn. It's delicious. It's the maple syrup in that, I think, which works with it really nice.
So it tastes nice, but you're actually like providing that like immunity as well. I'm so sorry, I missed a couple of minutes there because I've got people at the door, as you do when you're on a webinar, you know, all children. But
keeping it real.
I've got in the background as well. You might be able to hear some in my living room because my computer broke earlier. But I don't know if you said this, Karina, but personally, I really like the beadlets.
They're great, yeah.
Tube. You get a tube, a little plastic tube. It's about £10 if you've got a wholesale account, and you get 120 beadlets. And what you can do with them is, if you don't really like the taste, you just pop them in your mouth. And I don't do tablets very well, but you just pop them in your mouth. You don't need water, you can swallow them. Or you can pop one in your hand, but be careful, because I've popped it in my hand before and I've splashed my eyes. It kind of hurt. But then you can do that. Like today, I was at Morning Gloryville, which is amazing, and I didn't think there was a sink. And I thought, oh, what am I going to do? I've gone to the toilet. Am I going to wash my hands? I thought, I know what I'll do. I'll put a bit of water on them, and I'll pop a beadlet, because I had it in my handbag. And I'll do that, and it's like a hand gel, which is great. And if you work in healthcare, like some of us out there, or if you work with humans or animals, and you might get subject to germs. You don't want to get a germ, but the germ might come and, you know, you might have someone coughing in your face on the tube, which it's not their fault. But, you know, just pop a little beadlet, do that. Smell it. That smells nice.
So you can literally use it. You can use it in a spray bottle to clean your work surfaces and desks and doorknobs and surfaces.
And it comes in a whole range. There's a whole range of stuff, isn't there? There's like, I've got the cleaner, I've got the concentrated cleaner.
Yeah, hand soap is really nice, isn't it?
Yeah. And I've got the toothpaste. I didn't like it at first, to be fair, but I like it now. Really like it. I've got 6 tubes, and you can get samples. That's really nice.
Yeah, that's lovely. I like that one too. Right, I'm going to talk about frankincense then and pass it all back to you. So frankincense. We call it the king of the oils because it really is amazing. There are so many studies that show that frankincense boosts the body in tons of ways. I use it a drop of my thumb. I put on the roof of my mouth when I've got a headache coming, and it can knock a headache on and get rid of it. You can use it on the skin to help with wrinkles and fine lines and balance the skin out. You can use it internally. You can use it in a capsule to help support cellular function. You can put it on the bottom of your feet when you do yoga practice for grounding and relaxing feeling. It's basically, if you don't know what oil to use, you use frankincense because it pretty much helps the body in tons of ways. It says here use with lavender and peppermint and calms you and get rid of stress and tension. It balances your emotions. It's an antidepressant, and it's a spiritual oil. So people who like their oils for spiritual things and balancing their chakras, frankincense is amazing.
You might want to balance your chakras with it. And it smells a little bit like a church, for any of you that have been in the church. So you might put you off tasting it. I don't think I'd personally have it in food. But you can have, this is the oil that is part of the flu bomb. Isn't it, Karina?
It is. Part of the 5.
Flu bomb.
And I was nerding up reading about this, and when you apply frankincense to the skin or internally, it literally boosts your blood. It makes your antibodies, your immune fighting cells increase. And that is just astounding, really. It's completely scientific. They've done studies that show that frankincense really boosts the body.
Some of you might know this is Boswellia or Boswellia serrata. So a while ago, because I work with people that have had strokes or have neurological difficulties as a neuro-occupational therapist. And I found that Boswellia was really good for pain and inflammation as well. So that's one of the oils that I use first with my clients. Because
great for arthritis as well, isn't it?
Yeah, really good for that. And it's good to layer. So you say if you use another oil, like the Breathe, for instance, that Kathy uses. So Kathy uses Breathe for a lovely little son, Kit. He's really lovely. And she puts the frankincense on top because it helps push the oils through. It's high in a word that I can't really pronounce, which is sesquiterpenes.
Sesquiterpenes. Is that the one?
I think. So it's a better... all of them can cross the blood-brain barrier, the mystical blood-brain barrier. You know, lipid cells, fat around the edge, fat coming in, good. But this one in particular is really good at that. And it's a miracle oil. And actually, the company was founded by a team of people, including David Sterling, who seems to be a lovely man. I've not met him in person, but he seems amazing. And he's got lots of children. Is it 5 or is it 7?
I can't remember.
Quite a few children. They sound lovely. And he's got a daughter called Lacey. And when she was younger, again, not quite sure on the age, about 7 maybe? 8? No, I'm not good with numbers. But anyway, when she was younger, she had seizures. Now, I'm not being funny. I work in healthcare, as I keep saying. But, yeah, it must be really scary. So, like, seizures are a bit of an enigma. So if you've got epilepsy or seizures, it's a bit hard because sometimes you don't know when they're going to happen. So you could be going out in the street and they could happen. But she was having quite frequent seizures. So he, one of his things that he wanted to do was find a really, really amazing source of frankincense. And like we said, this one is great, coming predominantly from Somalia, and having these trees being rested at the moment, which is great. But what he found was, what the family found was they treated her with this. So they treated her on her feet, they treated her internally with it, on the roof of the mouth, as Karina suggested, and the seizures stopped. But then, as you do, got a bit complacent, they stopped giving her this, and the seizures came back. So, you know, even though we can't make claims that things are going to fix things, because we're not meant to do that, we're not doctors, we're not prescribers, but you know what? It worked for them. So, and it's worked for Karina's migraines. And, you know, it's really good for your skin. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But, yeah, it does lots of nice things. We like it. It's a good oil. Thank you.
Yeah, cool. Okay, so that's the main pack, the 10 core oils. And Tara's going to tell us about this bit.
Yeah, so I'm just going to try not to blind you with science. So when I first got my oils from Do Terra, I didn't quite understand it, but I just knew I wanted them. So I'm an impulse buyer, I suppose, is what you'd call me. But I also do things from the heart, but that's me. So I just decided to buy this box of oils. So I bought what we've talked about tonight. I bought this one. It's called the Family Physician Kit. But I think it's got a different name now, hasn't it? So we're going to talk about a different name. So in
Family
my kit,
Essentials.
Thank you. So in my kit, I got the 10 oils, which is brilliant. I got 10 5ml bottles of the oils. So to get started, it's £24 for a year membership. So don't worry about that. It doesn't mean that you're obligated to do anything. It doesn't mean that, like, you're not a member of a club that you have to do lots of things with. It just means that if you pay this £24 for a year membership, you get things cheaper. Now, don't we want to get things cheaper? Like, it's difficult. Life's hard, but you want things cheaper. That's good. You will see these oils on sale on Amazon, on eBay. But do you think they're the right thing? Well, sometimes maybe somebody will get the bottle and put something else in. So is that really what you want to do? And you will pay more money. I can assure you that. The one example I can give you is my diffuser, which was £31. The one at the bottom to the right of the screen there. I got that from £31 from Do Terra and plus that, a little bit postage, but fair enough. And actually, I've seen it on Amazon for like £78.80. That's a big difference. So if you get this membership,
I think it's 37, isn't it? 37, including postage. There, yeah.
Wow. Okay. And again, we're going to talk about that in a moment, because if you get a kit, it's up to you. But if you're thinking, like, do you know what? I'm going to give this a try. I'm going to try it. I'm going to jump in, I'm going to feel the fear and do it anyway. Great. Like, you might feel it's better to get a kit. So if you get a kit, you get oils that maybe you might not have bought, because, like, I don't know, if you've just used lavender all your life, for instance, and you just want to get lavender, great. There are other kits. There are emotions kits, and we've done a webinar on that. And if you're interested in that, please let us know. We can do another webinar on that. And there are other oils and supplements and things out there. But for tonight, or today, we're just going to talk about these 10 in the kit. So back to how you get started. So you've got a choice. You can just pay £24 to get those cheaper, to get them at wholesale price, the same price we get them at, and you get 25% off all products. And with that, there's no obligation to buy, no monthly fees, which is great. You don't want that, really, do you? You don't have to share. We choose to share our oils, and we choose to teach, and we choose to. When we say sell, we're wellness advocates. We don't sell as such. The oils sell themselves. We just give you the information, and you choose. It's up to you what you do with that. So what we're saying about these kits, the reason why we're talking more about the kits tonight is not to try and like sign you up with loads of money and things that you don't need, but actually these kits, so my box that is here with my 10 oils that I've got a free oil we'll talk about in a moment, that included the £24 membership. It's included. So for me, you know, I'm a mum, I'm a carer, I'm not really working much at the moment, but for me, that was good because I didn't have to pay it twice, so it was included. And like, as you can see, we've got a lot of information for you. We don't want to bore you tonight and put you off or today, but we will offer, and we offer you support. So when we say we offer you support, it's not like, oh, yeah, we're going to offer you support, but no, we're not. We do this thing called a wellness consultation. It could be over the phone. It could be face-to-face if you're new to us. It could be we do it on this thing that we're doing tonight, which is called Zoom. It could be over Skype. What's good for you? It could be that you send text or whatever works for you, because everyone's busy. And we get ongoing support. So when we say ongoing support, we're part of a team, but we're also part of what they call Do Terra tribe. And that's really good. It's really good. I've met amazing people. I've met Karina here. Look, she's there. She's amazing. I've met Kathy. I've met loads of people. Went to convention. There's people around the world doing this. It's amazing. And actually, you know, we can do this stuff. We can do this stuff online because it's out there. So basically, you've got choices. You might have oils that when you've listened to us tonight, you think, oh, right, that one I do. And if you're not quite sure, just ask us. We don't buy it. We can help you, and others from our team and our tribe can help you.
Oh, Tara, I think you accidentally muted. There you are. You're back.
There you go. Oh, wow, amazing that. So,
did I go past that one? Sorry. Yeah, there we are.
Yeah, cool. So this is the Family Essentials kit. So back to this one. This is the one I've got here. So if you buy all these oils, oops, that's the Home Essentials kit as well. Okay, so the Family Essentials kit is 5 ml oils. So I never do the maths, but all I know is that a big bottle, that I remember, a big bottle, 15 mils is 258 drops. It's a lot of oil. So 5 mils is a third of that. For those of you like maths, you would know it's a third of that. So you get 10 oils, the 10 oils that Karina has lovingly explained tonight. You get those. You get this lovely little box. It's cardboard, as you can see, and it's got information inside it. So, and you also get a free bottle of this box thing here, which is called, it was called Slim and Sassy, but now it's called Smart and Sassy, I believe. Is that correct?
I think it is, yeah. That's the old label.
Yeah, slim, smart, slim. But basically, okay, me, go to Slimming World, want to lose weight, trying up and down, up and down. I like the smell of it as well. You can put it in water, you can drink it. You can actually diffuse it. It smells really nice. It's a mixture of citrus. It's got a bit of ginger in it, I believe. No, it hasn't. It's got a bit of peppermint in it.
Grapefruit.
That's the one. It gives a G, but it's not that. Okay, so you get a 15 ml bottle, a big 258 drops bottle of this Slim and Sassy or Smart and Sassy, and you get the 10 oils we've explained tonight. And as we said, you get this follow-up wellness consultation. Now, that cost there is £115.20 loaded in the UK, and that includes VAT. Is that correct, Karina?
Yeah, that one does include in VAT. Yeah,
brilliant. And this thing here, so P for pizza, V for Victor, 115. So what that means, it's a bit like Tesco. It's a bit like your club card kind of thing. It's a bit like your Boots kind of thing. It's a reward scheme basically. It's all you need to know. It's a reward scheme, and that's your dollar equivalent. So it mounts up. So what do points mean? Prizes. Yeah. So if you save up your points, you get free stuff. So a lot of the oils that I've got back in my Oddie hotel, which is over there, like my summer house where I was going to run this, but it broke with the internet. Yeah, I've got loads of oils. And you know why I've got loads of oils? Because I've got loads of free ones. And I like free stuff. And that's good. And I've got oils that I probably wouldn't have chose. I've got cedarwood last month, which is nice. Didn't know anything about it, but it's nice. I diffuse it. It's good for coughs. So here it's saying you save £9, but I don't know, Karina. I think you save more than that, because if you buy these oils individually, I've never done maths. So for instance, like your lemon oil would be a lot cheaper, but your frankincense oil would be a lot more expensive. So a 15 ml lemon oil is about £7.75 plus that, I think. Whereas your frankincense is quite a bit more, isn't it? It's about
lemon oil is £9.30, I think.
Oh, she's so good at maths, that Karina. She's really good.
I just remember the odd one.
amazing girl, amazing girl. It's because she uses the oil. She's amazing. Right, so the next one, just to show you briefly. So that is your choice. So that is one box. That's your family physician or family essentials. And now this is the bigger one. Now, again, it's choice. So we talked about aromatic use of this. You see that nice purple and white sort of bowl-looking thing in the middle there? That is a diffuser. It's a cold water diffuser. It's the one that I spoke about earlier. That's quite expensive in other places. But the beauty of this is you get big bottles. So the big bottles, 258 drops. 258 drops of oil. It's going to last you a long time, depending on how you want to use it. But the only difference is, so you get all the 10 oils we spoke about tonight. You don't get the Smart and Sassy, do you? But you do get a smaller deep blue, because the deep blue doesn't come in 15 mils. So the deep blue is in a 5 mil still, but everything else is 15 mils. So that costs £226.80, and that includes your VAT. Unfortunately, we have to pay it, but maybe one day we won't. But and it includes the post and packaging, which is quite reasonable, really. It's normally about £4, I think. And the PV, the product volume, so your points volume for that is 220. And it says here you save £70. Again, it depends where you're buying them from. Again, like, we wouldn't advise Amazon or eBay, and we wouldn't advise buying it off people that you don't trust and don't know. Don't give you the support. Better to buy from Do Terra direct through a wellness consultant. But the good thing about that is, coming to the next slide. Drum roll, please. Next slide. Is it coming? Is it coming, Karina? Is it there?
I think your internet's blipped, but I can see the next page.
Wow. So, right, okay. Do you want to talk about this, or should we talk about it together?
Well, it's okay. I can talk about it a bit if you want, and you can pitch in.
Cool. I like that.
So this month, these are the promotions this month, and Immortelle is an amazing blend of oils. It has loads of different oils in it. It has frankincense, Hawaiian sandalwood, it has lavender, it has rose, which is really rare because it's super expensive. I've said Hawaiian sandalwood already, haven't I? Hold on 2 seconds.
Yeah, so it's got frankincense, Hawaiian sandalwood, so I've written it down because pencil never lets you down. Lavender, myrrh.
Oh yes, myrrh and helichrysum. That's right. So these are amazing oils for skin. It's the anti-aging blend. So it's super repairing, and you're recommended to dilute it because it's super strong. And it will last a really long time. So you just need a tiny bit and dilute it and apply it on your face morning and evening.
There's a couple of ways you could do that, to be fair. You could put it in your hands, roll a bit in your hand and put a carrier roll, like your rose tip or fractionated coconut or whatever you choose, in your hand, and do that. And splash it all over, you could do that. Or you see the top of it, it's got a rollable. Now, I never knew this because I used to do it with my teeth because I don't read packaging. But you can buy this little key fob thing and you can pop the lid off and you could put a little bit of that in another bottle and you could make your own. You could actually, I don't know, you could extend the life of that by some time and save yourself some money. And why not? Why not? Because you can.
Yeah. And getting this one, this is free when you place an order of 200 PV. So if you make a big order, this is completely free, and the full retail price of this is £96. That's full retail, but it's £72 wholesale price. So even if you had a membership, it's still pretty expensive. So this is the whole of the month as well. You can get this for the whole of the month.
Really? I didn't read it. Sorry, it's the whole month. I'm going to get one. I'm going to get myself one. I'm going to get one because I'm old. I'm 44. But you know what? It's fine. I'm going to get one. And Kathy looks blooming amazing. Sorry, she's amazing. Kathy,
she does,
it's amazing. She was here earlier. She looks like a goddess. Ooh. So she uses this stuff. She uses it. It's great.
And there's another one. There's another product as well. So the other free product of the month at the bottom. This is with orders of 125 PV, and this is just up to the 15th of June. But this is wild orange, and it's delicious. It smells amazing. It's a happy oil. It's uplifting. It's good for digestive, discomfort. You can put it in your sparkling water. It tastes amazing, and I like to have it in yogurt. 1 drop of yogurt in my yogurt with drizzle of maple syrup. Super nice. We've got Tara. You've got to try that. It's lovely.
I don't think it's got many calories. For any of my friends that go to Slim World, I think it's okay. It's not a sin. Okay,
yeah. And it's not acidic as well, because citrus oils can be acidic, but all these sort of citrus oils are pH neutral. The wild orange is lovely. It's a proper uplifting smell. It's good for anxiety. It's good for your tummy aches. And it just smells amazing, basically. I love this one.
It's a good emotional, it's a good uplifter. My friend that I used to work with in a mental health team, she puts a drop of this on a cotton wool ball, has it in the car like an air freshener, but cheaper. And
lovely.
Smile. She's so happy. My lovely friend is so happy because she has this all the time. Happy.
It's a real lifting one, isn't it? It's a real lifting oil.
So, Karina, can we just do the maths then? So, basically, the Home Essentials kit, if you get the Home Essentials kit, the one with the diffuser and the one with the 15 oils, and the smaller bottle of the 5 ml of the deep blue, which you would get
the Immortelle free. The wild orange has to be on an LRP order, and that's a loyalty reward program order.
So that'd be... Oh, okay. So that'd be after you've joined then. So so LRP, what does it mean? Loyalty.
The loyalty rewards. And that leads us on.
Oh, really?
There you go, Tara. Back to you.
Back to me. Okay, so loyalty rewards program. Okay, LRP. Easy to say LRP because that's a little bit of a mouthful. Okay, so this is one of the things that I really liked about the Terra. Like I say, I bought my oils on a bit of a whim. I was on holiday, met a lovely lady, she had the oils, liked them, bought them. And when I didn't buy any more for a couple of months, which was okay. But then when I started buying them, I thought, why not do LRP? Because LRP is a good idea. Because what it means is that you get back stuff. You get back free things, you get back points, and points mean prizes. And I get that. That's what I get. So basically, for the first 3 months, 1 to 3, you get 10% back in points. Then it goes up to 15% months 4 to 6, 20% back, which is, by the way, this is on top of the fact that you're getting your products a lot cheaper than you would, 25% cheaper. 7 to 9, 20%, which I'm up to at the moment, actually, which is nice, really nice. I've got loads of free things every month. And 10 to 12 months, 25%. And 13 months onwards, you get 30% back of your spend in product points. But also, don't worry about it. It's not like, okay, I'll give you an example. I got CDs and records when I was younger from, I think it was Britannia. Anyway, it was some kind of company where you got CDs and records and things, but they never let me change my order, and I didn't want it. So I kept getting things that I didn't want. I got a couple of copies of Simply Red. I got Terra Essential Derby back in the day. Didn't want them. I had to send them back. I had to go to the post office and send them back, which was a bit weird and a bit sad. But basically, what I would advise you do, and I don't know if Karina would say the same, is if you set up an LRP order, customer services can help you, but we can help you as well. What it means is you set it up to ship between the 1st and the 15th of the month. Personally, I wouldn't say the 1st because today's the 1st, and I haven't even had a chance to look at all this stuff today that genuinely Karina's just shown me, and I'm blown away with the Immortelle because I look after my skin. It's quite good. I'm quite excited actually. But you know what? You can set up your basket. So what you do is you put a few things in your basket. So as the month goes on, you think, oh, you know what? I might try that next month. I might try that. Or for instance, me, I might be running out of lemon oil because I use it every day. So I always have lemon oil in my basket. And I also have lip balm. I like lip balm. I have it in my basket, but I don't have to buy it. So a couple of days before the order's due to ship, you'll get an email, and then you can think, right, do I want it? Do I not want it? But as long as you keep the orders going, you will still maintain this LRP thing, and get these free product credits. So I'll explain that a little bit more in a moment. So you can choose any products any time. As we said, you can cancel it any time, so you never know. You might want to just sort of freeze it, but what you do is if you cancel, be careful because you might lose your points. So ask us, we can make sense of it. Now if you want this thing called compensation, and we'll talk to you about that a little bit more in a moment. It's a minimum order of 100 PV. That's not £100, that's 100 product points. And it really does vary. It depends on the product. Some things you don't get so many points with. Things like the diffusers, you don't really get so many points with, do you, Karina? And things like the veggie caps, you don't really get many points with. But things like the oils, you do get a lot of points with. And sometimes you might want to juggle the order. I sit there with my book, with my paper, because I like paper, and I will juggle it. I write a little, I would like this. I would like these oils, but then I kind of space them out. So what we're saying to you is, if you really like the oils, because we are kind of convinced that you probably will once you start using them properly, don't buy them all at once. Split them up and get things back, get free things. And like this month, wow, I'm going to get a free orange oil. I've just worked out the maths here because I'm definitely doing my oils this month. I'm going to get a free 15ml orange oil. Happy days, I use it all the time. And I'm going to get Immortelle. Never use it, but it sounds great. And I'm a bit older, so I'm going to try it. And I might even split and give a bit to my mum. So compensation, I don't know. I'm not so good at explaining that, Karina. But basically, it just sort of means that, you know, you get stuff back. You get, like, so for instance, so like me, I've kind of been sharing my oils for a while, and I've got about 4 or 5 jobs, I think. I didn't intend to sort of share them so much, but I shared them so much. I'm what you now call a builder. So I'm not Bob the Builder, no. It just means that I have people that I've shared with that were so impressed with the oils that they are choosing to share the oils as well. So they're sharing oils, it's their choice. But with that, it means that, like, if other people want to share, you actually get money back. You get money back. So I've got a bit of money this month, and I've got some oils free, last month, to be fair, because this is the beginning of the month. But I love it. I'm really excited. It means that actually I've had a lot of stress at work lately, and I'm looking to change things. I'm looking to do more oil stuff. I'm really happy about it. So I'm doing milk and take classes. I'm teaching people. I'm doing this webinar thing, which I don't quite understand. It doesn't always work, but that's okay. But that's a choice. So there are other avenues with Do Terra. Is there anything to add, Karina, my darling, in your lovely striped top?
No, I think you're fine there. I think you've covered it.
Okay. Shall we move on then, guys? But anyway, some of this might seem like a bit of an enigma to you guys, so it leads us nicely onto questions. Now, of course, if you're watching a recording of this, you might not think you can ask us questions, but you can. We have emails. I'm starting a website. We've got Facebook. We've got WhatsApp. We have a telephone. If you know us and see us in the street, you can say, hi, can you answer a question, please? There are apps, there are websites we've spoken about today. So basically, any question is not too much for us. We will endeavour to answer the question. If we can't answer, we sort of have phone a friend. So for instance, there's people on the team that have specialities. Like if I didn't need to know about migraines, I would ask Karina over here, because she knows about migraines. Yeah, she does. And if I needed to know a little bit more about asthma, I'd probably speak to Kathy. But there's a thing called Do Terra Tribe. It sounds like, ooh, it's basically people that use Do Terra. So a lot of us, we would ask each other questions, like with our fingers, type on a phone.
On Facebook as well, Facebook group.
Yeah, you can ask people. And it's mad, you sort of ask a question. It's like a magic 8-ball thing, you know, when you ask it and it comes up, you just ask a question and information comes back. But you know what? You can try that. You can go on to websites with like medical professionals more, like your Dr. Pappas, Dr. Axe, maybe. These are impartial people. They're not employed by Do Terra. They're just impartial people that are there. There's lots of people out there that have got information. If you want to find it, there's YouTube clips, and there's live classes that we spoke about, and there's make and take classes, and there's just loads of lovely information out there. And there's apps. I've got an app. So this book, Modern Essentials, comes in a big book, tiny book, and a medium-sized book. But it also is an app, so I have it on my phone. And as you can probably tell, I'm not good with electric stuff. And when you turn it on, it's amazing. You can like go in, I don't know if you can see that. You've got a picture of the body. You can search by oils. You can search by condition. Amazing, absolutely amazing. I can ask it things. And even though I'm crap on this stuff, I can press screenshot and I can send it to you if you wish. So, oh, lovely, Karina's frozen again. Should we stop the recording?
Yes. I don't know if you can hear me, but yes, you can stop the recording.
Right.